A man named Brent was inside a shopping mall at around 4 a.m., a time when absolutely no one should have been there. No shoppers, no employees, nothing but the hollow stillness of an empty building. But instead of silence, his camera captured something far more disturbing. Watch carefully. And listen closely. These weren't just random creaks or the normal sounds of a building settling. What Brent recorded echoed through the dark hallways, like the groans of a child in pain, long drawn out and chilling enough to make anyone freeze in place. Others who listened described it as a chorus of people crying together, almost like a mournful ritual happening in secret. There's also the possibility of residual energy. Malls are places where countless emotions, stress, excitement, anger, even desperation unfold every day. Some paranormal investigators believe such emotions can leave behind an imprint, replaying like a recording long after everyone is gone. And when you consider the timing, 4 a.m., and the haunting nature of the sounds themselves, it becomes nearly impossible to ignore. So, was Brent simply in the wrong place at the wrong time? Or did he truly capture a paranormal event inside the mall? I'll let you decide. Before we jump into our next terrifying video, make sure to subscribe to the channel and hit that notification bell, so you'll be the first to know whenever we upload something new. Now let's get back to our next video. It's always tragic how those seeking peace often end up caught in unsettling circumstances. For Katrina, it began the day she unknowingly moved into the wrong house. One quiet morning, she sat at her laptop, working through emails, when strange noises began echoing from the kitchen. At first, she assumed her dog Lucy had knocked something over, but when she turned to look, Lucy wasn't moving at all. The dog stood frozen, ears perked, eyes fixed on the kitchen, completely still. Something about that stare chilled Katrina to her core. Trusting her instincts, she picked up her phone, pressed record, and captured this.
Okay guys, it's just me and Lucy up here. I was just listening to music. I was on the laptop and we're hearing something in the kitchen. Holy shit, holy shit, holy shit. Come on, Lou, come on. Hello? Hello? Oh! Oh!
The footage might seem subtle, just faint noises and flickering lights. But anyone who's lived through a haunting knows. Those are the first warning signs, and Lucy's behavior confirmed it. In the days that followed, the activity only grew worse. Then, without warning, one of the tenants in the building moved out, and the landlord offered Katrina the newly empty room. After weeks of trying to ignore what was happening, she finally compiled all her recordings and sent them to a well-known ghost hunter in the city. Now, a cleansing ritual has officially been scheduled for the house. Many believe mornings are the safest time of day, as though whatever lurks in the dark retreats when the sun rises. But for Jorge, one seemingly calm morning proved to be anything but safe. He was lying in bed, scrolling through his phone, enjoying the stillness, when suddenly Alexa began playing Tiptoe Through the Tulips. He hadn't touched a thing. At first, Jorge assumed it was a glitch or maybe a mistaken voice command, but the song kept going, and the atmosphere grew disturbingly heavy. Grabbing his camera, he walked toward the kitchen to film what was happening, and that's when things escalated.
What the f***? Oh, f***. What the f? What the f? Alexa! Stop the music! Alexa, stop! What the f? In the name of Jesus Christ, I ask you to leave this house right now. What the f? Who goes there? Somebody's in there. You better come out right now. I got a knife on me right now. Come out right now. Oh, in the name of Jesus Christ. I ask you to come out. Who's in here? Who's in here right now? You better come out.
Out of nowhere, Jorge heard the sounds of children running and laughing. But Jorge doesn't have kids. Moments later, a sharp, high-pitched scream pierced the air, unmistakably human and deeply unsettling. He tried to trace the source, only to have a door slam shut in front of him. Another scream followed, this one louder, angrier, and impossible to ignore. Terrified, Jorge fled his house and drove straight to his local church seeking help. And truthfully, he'll need more than luck. Even now, neighbors claim they still hear the faint music, children's laughter, and an ominous growling voice. In this scary video, we'll be looking at a series of clips put together in a compilation. The first video was captured on a home security camera in the dead of night. Right at the start, in the corner of the screen, something faint appears. Watch closely. If you look carefully, you can see what appears to be a ghostly figure moving inside the home. Tammy had placed a camera in her bedroom while she slept, most likely because of the strange activity she'd already been noticing. Sure enough, 2 more videos she shared reveal even creepier moments, objects shifting and moving on their own throughout the house. The next clip is even more disturbing. Taken together, these recordings strongly suggest that something paranormal is occurring inside Tammy's home. Of course, skeptics argue that shadows, reflections, or even editing tricks could explain some of it. But with multiple clips showing consistent activity, it becomes much harder to dismiss the possibility that her house is truly haunted. After weeks of hearing unexplained noises in his home, a man finally decided to start documenting the strange activity. At first, the incidents were minor, but they quickly escalated, until one night he captured a series of chilling events that left him completely shaken.
This. Is that? What is that? In the water and what? Man, some in my house. Get the out. What is that? Oh, I'm out.
The lights flashing in not just one, but 2 separate rooms at the same time, pulsing in a way that looked anything but natural. As he stood there trying to process it, a shaker suddenly shot straight into the air, striking the ceiling before crashing back down. The man gasped in disbelief, barely able to comprehend what he had just witnessed. But before he could react, the chair at the same table began sliding across the floor, moving directly toward him, as if guided by invisible hands. He ended the recording immediately and later admitted that in that moment, he realized the entity in his home wasn't just trying to make its presence known. It was trying to intimidate him. For weeks, Kyle has been sharing videos proving he can barely get a peaceful night's sleep. He's endured relentless banging noises, objects shifting on their own, and perhaps the most disturbing of all, the sound of children laughing, even though Kyle lives alone and has no kids. Naturally, his viewers grew concerned. Then, someone noticed something in one of his earlier clips, a doll he keeps in the house. He calls it Shelly. One night, while Kyle was finally asleep, the sounds of children echoed again. And when he woke up, this is what he recorded.
The light has gone off 3 times. There it goes again. Goodness. What the hell? That's the light switch right there. I mean, there's another one there too, but... Okay. I didn't touch that. I did not touch that light switch. There's nobody there.
If you focus on the light switch to the right, you'll see that no one is anywhere near it, yet suddenly the light shuts off on its own. Moments later, Kyle pans the camera to prove the space is empty. That's when the kitchen light begins to flicker. After uploading the footage, viewers notice something Kyle had missed: small glowing orbs drifting through the shot. Many believe orbs are manifestations of spiritual energy, a sign of a ghostly presence. From that night forward, the activity only escalated. Viewers warned Kyle that whatever was haunting him seemed to be feeding off his fear. Determined not to back down, Kyle attempted a challenge, standing alone in the dark for 60 seconds, facing the entity head-on. Watch what happened next.
Can I withstand 60 seconds in the dark of my basement? I thought it'd be a good idea to try to overcome my fears since I live in a haunted house, so we're gonna try this. Let's get going. There's one. There we go. 60 seconds. How long is 60 seconds? Oh, this is already a bad idea. I don't like this. I don't like this at all, yo. What was that? Yo, no. No, we don't need to hear noises while we're down here. Fuck. Is it over? Is it over yet? Dang, I don't know. We got like 20 seconds? 20 seconds. Okay, I can do it. Oh, what was that? I heard something. Yo. Okay. Has it been 20? I don't know. The light switch won't work. Oh, shit. Okay.
What Kyle still can't explain is that when he finally reached for the switch to end the challenge, it wouldn't work. The lights refused to turn on, but the next morning, everything functioned perfectly. No wiring problems, no loose bulbs, nothing to explain the failure. At this point, Kyle is almost certain something paranormal is in his home, and all signs point to the ghostly presence tied to his doll, Shelly. On July 29th, 2007, a group of boys decided to explore an abandoned church on the outskirts of town. The building had been left in ruins for years, its walls crumbling and air heavy with dust. At first, the outing felt harmless, creepy, but uneventful. They wandered the empty aisles, laughing and recording parts of their adventure, treating it like nothing more than a late-night challenge.
Close that damn door. I'm scared shitless. Oh shit, look at this ladder. It's like a secret door or something. When we try to get up it.
I'm not doing it.
Should I?
I'm not. You can go.
I am. Don't.
Someone's gonna fall out of there.
Man, shut up. God damn it. We're around. I can't take this right
Oh
now.
god.
I'm so scared.
Shit.
I don't know. Oh my god. Turn the light. Turn the light. Shit. Listen. Oh shit, it's fucking piano. Is that piano? Come on. Should we go out there? Is that door open? Is that door open?
Shit, we left the door open.
Alright, should we stay in here for a second? No. We gotta stay. We gotta stay.
Alright,
This could be priceless.
Oh my god, I don't know. No, please, God, help me. I gotta make it out alive. I wanna see my mama. God damn. Alright. We gotta try to make it. Alright, just run. Alright, go. The door's locked. What do we do? Dude? We gotta make it run. Oh my god. Alright, go. Oh my god, holy shit. Holy the music stopped playing. The music, go. Shit. I'm scared shit. He's following. Oh god. I can't breathe.
But everything changed the moment a faint melody echoed through the church. The sound came from the piano, an instrument untouched for decades, playing entirely on its own. As the boys turned toward the noise, an apparition materialized at the bench, its ghostly hands gliding across the keys. Terror took over, and the group fled the building in a frenzy, barely able to comprehend what they had just witnessed. They called for a taxi and sat in silence at the roadside, too shaken to even speak. That night marked the end of their ghost-hunting adventures. None of them ever dared to explore again. In this next clip, a man named Elias left behind the chaos of the city to settle in a remote village deep within the Austrian mountains. His nearest neighbor was several kilometers away. No streetlights, no traffic, just thick forest, endless silence, and something else. For months, strange things kept happening. Lights flickering without cause, faint knocking sounds late at night, and eerie animal cries that didn't seem natural. Elias brushed it off as the price of solitude, what he jokingly called ship die boit. But one evening, while stepping into the bathroom and opening the window, he heard something unforgettable.
Was zur Hölle? Das kommt vom Void, Alter.
It sounded like thousands of voices screaming at once, like a stadium celebrating a goal, only 10 times louder. And before anyone could dismiss it as a soccer match or a concert, Elias clarified. There were no games, no events, no festivals. There was no reason for such a sound. The noise shook him to his core, feeding a fear he had carried since moving there, that he didn't belong in this place. Worse still, the sound returned night after night, sometimes lasting more than an hour. Determined to uncover the truth, Elias finally took his camera and ventured into the woods. And what he captured was chilling.
So today I heard the I don't know, voices or the sounds too. Like the other day it was for like an hour or something, and I'm walking now in the forest, and the weird thing And the weird thing about forest, or about the noise, like when I got in the forest. No, it's great. Well, when I got in the forest, it stopped, and I think I heard something. Like before I recorded, there was just a weird sound. And that's because I started the recording. Sorry for my poor English, I'm not the best at speaking English. Ich spreche eigentlich Deutsch, lol. I think I heard something. Like it rained for like half of the day. Just because everything here sucks. What the Okay, no. I think it's time to go. Nope. It's very... Nope. I know I'm not like in a horror movie or something. I don't go to this weird noise. When I hear it, I just go. I know it's time to go. Yes. When I don't post on Reddit anymore, you'll know that I died. Whoa, what the
The noises resembled chanting, or perhaps spirits crying out through the trees. And it didn't happen just once, but 3 separate times. That was enough for Elias. Trusting his instincts, he packed his things and left the village behind. And honestly, can you blame him? When you're isolated in a mountain village and hear what sounds like spirits screaming, or even some kind of occult gathering, your mind begins to piece things together, and none of those possibilities are comforting. It's a widely held belief that pets, especially dogs and cats, can sense spirits. While many remain skeptical, countless others are convinced it's true. The reasoning is that animals can detect certain light patterns invisible to the human eye, and many believe poltergeists are made up of these very patterns. So the next time your pet seems distressed or starts reacting to something you can't see, you might want to consider that it isn't nothing after all. That was exactly the case for the person who filmed this next clip.
A shadow?
Maybe a shadow.
The woman behind the camera quickly grew uneasy watching her pet's behavior, and calling it unsettling would be an understatement. Her dog was locked onto something invisible to her eyes, but she had the sinking feeling that a presence was there. And then came the proof. If you look closely, you can make out a faint shadow figure moving in the background. To me, it certainly looks like a ghost, and the dog clearly sensed it too. But what do you think? At around 1 a.m., a man was simply grabbing a late-night snack, but his security camera captured something far more disturbing. Take a look. placed a box of cereal on the counter before turning to grab milk from the fridge. At first, everything seemed normal, but when he looked back, the cereal box had shifted. As he poured his drink, the unease grew stronger. Moments later, the milk carton began sliding across the counter on its own, spinning and edging forward with every second. He froze in disbelief as it kept moving until it finally tipped over the edge, crashing to the floor and spilling everywhere. What began as a midnight snack had turned into undeniable evidence of paranormal activity. In the aftermath, the man admitted he could no longer laugh it off or dismiss what was happening. Something in his home was showing its power, and it wasn't about to stop. Sydney was home alone, her husband at work, and her baby sleeping peacefully in his crib. She decided to film a short clip, capturing the chandelier swaying above her and faint, unsettling noises drifting from upstairs, sounds that resembled footsteps moving across the floor.
Y'all, something really creepy is happening right now. My husband's at work. I'm the only one home, and listen. It sounds like someone is upstairs walking around. Okay, I'm actually freaking out because I just heard something drop upstairs, like on my ceiling. Hang on. Okay, I turned the video off because I'm actually really freaked out. That baby monitor that you saw laying on the ground is normally attached to the wall. My son isn't crawling, walking, pulling himself up, anything like that yet. So there's no way he could have done that. So now what do I do? All right, we're literally leaving the house. We're leaving the house.
The noises grew louder until a sudden, sharp bang echoed from above. Sydney cautiously went upstairs, only to find her son still asleep and safe. But what sent chills down her spine was the baby monitor. Normally fixed tightly to the wall and well out of reach, it had somehow been dislodged and was now lying on the floor. Shaken and disturbed, Sydney chose to leave the house for a while, needing time to process the unexplainable events she had just witnessed. Dr. Kamal and a nurse were sharing a quick laugh during a short break, standing in one of the quiet hospital hallways. Kamal had his phone recording, planning to pull a lighthearted prank. The atmosphere was calm, normal, even playful, until everything changed in an instant.
Es que te estoy enfocando las boobies. Ah, no mames.
¿Qué?
Pasó algo.
¿Qué pasó? No mames.
A ver, ven. No mames, pasó algo, te lo juro que pasó algo, ¿eh?
Se mueve, se mueve.
Vete a la verga.
Yo no voy.
No mames.
As the camera rolls, a ghostly figure drifts past an open doorway just a few feet behind them. It's brief, but the movement is unmistakable. Their laughter cuts off immediately as both freeze in place, staring in disbelief. Kamal steps forward to check the corridor, shaken and confused, but finds no one there. Then, just before he turns back, a walker that had been sitting still glides several inches across the floor by itself, startling them even further. The clip stunned viewers when Kamal uploaded it, hoping for answers. According to him, no one matching the shadowy figure's outline was in that part of the hospital. It was supposed to be completely empty. Since that night, both Kamal and the nurse continue their shifts as usual, but neither can walk that hallway without glancing over their shoulder